Okay, so this is for all my content creators out there or aspiring content creators. So I've been pondering this question. I've been wanting to create content for a long time, but I haven't been consistent. I haven't done it to an extent, right? Enough times in a row. I haven't done the frequency in a way that has actually gotten me results. And because it's completely a lead indicator, right? The lag indicators of views, of people coming onto the email list, of joining my free meditation group, and so on, they come on the back end, right? So you don't see the immediate result. And so the question I asked myself today was, how can I make it fun to write every day and to record a video? And so what I've come up with for one is just immediately taking from waking up my morning meditation to just let everything distill, figure out, perhaps what I need to process, whatever I need to go through, right? From there, then making it fun is me studying something and learning something new. There's so many things. It's amazing. I picked up 4 different books this morning. The Tao Te Ching, which I've started reading it and I finally understand a little bit about it, which is interesting because I did not understand it at all the first time I picked it up. The Surrender Experiment, haven't started reading that one yet, but added this with the book that I've been reading, As a Man Thinketh, as well as many other books. So I just took little snippets of each, let those concepts kind of intermingle, sat for some meditation, and then I was just like, I know exactly what I'm going to say, right? So I then came and literally just opened Zoom, pushed record to computer, and started talking. And it was as simple as that. So I found that first off, this gave me energy as opposed to something that drained me, as opposed to something that was like felt like a chore. This was just like I naturally wanted to do this and I felt the inspiration right away. And so the inspiration was there. And then the aspiration was there, which was me actually knowing and expecting and hoping, keyword is hope, to achieve something, right? So this channeled my concentration directly into, okay, I'm going to create and I'm going to put this out here in the world. So if you are somebody who's wanting to create content, right now I'm choosing to do a lot more video content because I've got this jawline for one. But more seriously, I'm still working through, do I not like writing? Do I just have a block around writing and things like that? So I figure, why not create the content video first? Because this is easy, right? Because this is easy, I can just do it right now and put it out there and get feedback for it. So expect to see more videos like this from me. They're going to be kind of uncut, just raw, because for one, I don't need to do the bullshit of having all these distractions or things to keep you interested. If you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, that's totally fine as well, right? There's many other things that you could do with your time. So if you're a creator, if you're aspiring to be a creator, or even if you're like stuck in a job and you're like, I have no way out, I'm screwed. What I found is the way out is through social media and creating outwardly. So most people consume content, right? 99% of us are consumers of content. When I first met Danny Miranda, he and I were talking, he's like, oh, you consume a lot. And I used to think consuming like consuming food, right? Consuming things is like a negative, bad thing. And I didn't really understand initially. And then I'm like, wait a minute, you're right. I don't create anything, at least not publicly for social media for the world. All I'm doing is learning, 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 learning. And there comes to be a point where you don't actually internalize the thing, right? How many podcasts have you listened to where you have been consuming the information or audiobook even, but you didn't change your actions in any way, right? If anything, it promoted fear or some of these lower vibrational things. Maybe it was something that really got you excited, inspired, and so on. If that's the case, great, especially if you actually did something with it. But making the shift from being a 100% consumer or 99% consumer and 1% creator, moving that almost like a dial. So, right, what if it's only I create 70% of the time and I consume 30% of the time? And then whatever I'm consuming directly inspires what I create. And eventually we can get to a point, like I honestly think that for the most part, we are beyond the free content that we can consume. It can help us, but it is not actually helping us that much because we're not valuing it, right? Whereas when you pay like 5 grand for a course in coaching, you take it really seriously because you've invested, you've taken your monetary energy or your life force and you've invested it into this thing. So that is ultimately a decision that you're going to actually put the effort in, which is really interesting. So there's so many books, free things, courses, content, things like that. And ultimately, all that it comes down to is what are you creating, right? So you consume the knowledge, and then what? Hopefully that inspires you. And then hopefully that inspiration inspires thoughts, which then lead to habits and actions, which actually fulfill the thing that you're consuming or dreaming about, right? So if you actually take your dream and make it real and make steps towards making it real, it becomes real. And if you can actually see in your mind's eye, like visualize that ideal future, you will create it and you can create it. So this is why it's super important to manage and take note of what are your consistent thoughts? What are they telling you? And what kind of state energetically are they putting you in? Right. So if I notice that I'm just angry about politics, right? I'm fearful about who might get elected, or I'm fearful about, oh, there might be another natural disaster where the government's going to control us or whatever. All these are just bringing me down, right? As opposed to if I accept the world as it is, acceptance is the top of the green up there, right? 350 on the energetic log scale. I won't get into exactly how that works because that's a whole other, that'd be a whole video. But if we accept the situation as it is, and then even more, transcend things in the past that we are rejecting, right? Or that we are not happy about in our life, right? Spend some time forgiving ourselves for whatever happened in the past and ultimately just stepping into the future and being excited about creating. This can allow us to advance even more, right? Potentially get to reason, potentially get to love and things like this. We all know love is the answer. In my opinion, this map is an excellent map on showing how love is the answer, what is in between our current state and where we're at right now. So thank you for watching. If that's interesting, I offer free weekly meditations. And I have a partner, Harjot, who's been studying Kundalini meditation for the past 10 years under a teacher or a guru, if you want to call him that, who has been teaching since 1975. So it's very powerful. There's no cost to it. I'd love to have you. Our goal and intention with this is just to blow you away with energy and help you expand and realize what you are actually capable of. So I'll put the link in the description. You can join. It's a Telegram group where you'll have access to when the calls are, when they go live, the link for the actual call, as well as there's, Harjot and I will be posting some things periodically of things that you can study, learn about to enhance your process of ultimately what you're achieving and ultimately truth in this life. Thanks again for watching. If you like and subscribe, I'm supposed to tell you that helps the algorithm. So appreciate if you would do that, but we'll see you in the next one.